Okay, I'm making a video. I'm putting on this rim trim protector onto my Tesla. Reapplying it really because yesterday, turning a corner, going down a little side street, apparently this one guy doesn't know how to stay in his own lane and I almost bumped into him, but I ended up rubbing the curb instead. And thankfully I had this rim protector on the front of my car, on the front rim, and the protector took a brunt of the damage. There was a little bit of damage underneath the rim protector on my rim, just because it looks like it actually moved it pretty good, but for the most part, it was a very little damage to my rim, almost none. See if you can see that right there. But the rim protector took a majority of it. And this is the rear tire. The front tire took a little bit more, but not that much. But I applied the rim protector on it already, reapplied it, and you can't even tell. Looks extremely good. A little bit of gap here, but I'm making a video on how I do it, so hopefully it can protect you guys from experiencing what I experienced, and maybe even some people that already have some damage on your rim. This can help cover it up a little bit better. So first step is what I did is I got clean the area. There's a bee around me, so I'm going to be probably swatting it a little bit. So I have a bunch of these wet naps that has the alcohol in it. I'm going to rub the rim down around the edge right here. So try to make sure there's no leftover residue from the previous rim guard that was on here. Just rub it all the way around. Make sure I do it a couple times here. Make sure it's a clean surface, no residual adhesive or anything. And if you do find any, make sure you rub it off, because that will hinder you putting on the rim guard. And if it doesn't have a good firm grip on the tire, the rim guard will fly off while you're driving. I have had that happen one time, and wasn't pretty. I mean, it didn't really damage the car, but nobody wants to hear a smacking noise along your rim while you're driving down the highway at 50 or 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. But I know we all follow the law and don't go over the speed limit, right? So, I see some residual adhesive right there from the previous rim guard. So I'm just gonna make sure I rub that off really good. Make sure it's clean, very clean. And the good part about the kit is it actually comes with some rubbing adhesive, some wet naps and some alcohol cleaners as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that as well. I like to kind of just do as much prep work as possible. So I'm gonna do it again. You don't have to worry about that part. That's just cleaning it. Right there is where some of the tire rep was. I'm gonna have to use your nail. I wouldn't use like a screwdriver or anything to rub the adhesive. I'll try to use something soft surface. You know, a lot of adhesive just really rubs off. You know, but might require you to rub one a little bit hard. But protecting our cars, because these are not cheap vehicles. You know, we gotta take 5 or 10 minutes to make sure this rim is clean, make sure there's no armor or anything on the edge of the rim before we apply this on. You know, saves us all the headache. And that looks pretty good. All right, it's a windy day, so it's drying. I mean, if it's not windy where you're at, And the alcohol's a little wet. I mean, if the rim is still wet from the alcohol, it's okay to go ahead and take a towel, rub it around it, make sure it's clean. Give one good look. Make sure there's no dirt. There's a little bit of adhesive right there. They come off the first time. Okay. Yeah, still in there. Yeah, you want to make sure you get all this adhesive off, no matter how long it takes, because that old adhesive will mess with the new tape, the new rim guard, and will cause it to come off. So it's best to do the leg work now. Wrap your finger around it, make sure it feels good. As weird as that sound, I didn't mean it for it to sound that way. And so far, make sure it's dry. It's dry, and that's good. Next step is I'm gonna take what's left over right here. I'm gonna pre-fit it. I want to make sure that I have enough. So you want to cut this to fit the best way you can. It's all right to leave a little bit more on there just in case. But right now I'm just doing a fit. I cut a fit to kind of cut it before I need to apply it. Sometimes you might do it from the opposite angle, depending upon how it's curved. Let's see, gonna fit in there best way we can. And I mean, okay. So it looks like I'm gonna need to cut it right around this area. Let's put it back on there. Again, no rush. Take your time. Again, we love our cars. We're all car people here. You know, that's a few minutes it takes. Okay, so right there, I need to trim it right there. So I'm gonna take some scissors. I couldn't find the adult scissors. I had to grab my daughter's scissors here. So I'm gonna cut just a little bit more for the fit. Okay, put the rest over. Now, it does come with a activator right here, which I've already used. You only need to put on one swipe. Don't put 2 or 3 swipes on there. It's actually going to defeat the purpose. So we're just going to do one wipe around the rim. It's going to help the double-sided tape on the rim guard actually adhere to the tire itself. Put that back in there. Close it back up. Save it for another job. Now, since that's already done, you have only a few minutes. You want to go ahead and start putting this back on. I recommend starting this on the opposite side of where you have some rim damage. Don't put it on the same side, at least the beginning part where the rim damage is, because you want it to have a good surface to start off with. So I'm gonna start right here, and I bring this around so you can see it. It has a little lip on it, so I have the lip started right here, and it's wrapping around. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my time, slowly putting it around the rim. Make sure you're pushing down on the adhesive while you're going around the edge of the rim. Take your time, not trying to rush here. Again, we love our cars. We're going to take our time with it. Pretend it's like, you know, your spouse, you know, you're taking her out to dinner, taking him out to dinner. You know, you don't want to rush it. You want to take your time. You know, have a good time. Enjoy the moment with your car. And I'm just putting it around the rim, applying pressure to it as I go around the rim. Now I'm starting to get to the place where the damage is slightly right there. And you're gonna see as I put it around there, it's literally going to cover it up, which is awesome. Now you're going to be able to tell. Let's see here. Let me see if I can put the video over where you can see. Take our time. Take our time. Take our time. Goes right over it, which is awesome. Taking your time. Taking our time. No need to rush. Take your time. Going around. And you can see right here, I got a little bit of some excess up there. Right here, which is fine. I'm just going to trim it. I'd rather have too much than too little, and then have a large gap. You know, I say 1/4 inch gap between where you start and where you end. It's probably as wide as you want to go. Thank God my wife's very understanding when I'm doing this stuff. Now some people will be like, "Oh man, you're crazy. You spend so much time on your car." Hey, you know what? I tell my wife, you know, you marry a car guy, we break parts, not hearts. And that's the saying. I'm sticking to it. So I still have some leftover rim guard, so I'm gonna take some of that protective red tape that was on there originally. Try to cover it up and keep it for another time in case I need it. Now, let's go back around the tire here, apply some pressure. I wouldn't drive it for a couple hours, just give it time to adhere. Thankfully I have another car, so I'm probably gonna drive that for today. Let this sit for the whole day. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty good. You can't even tell that there was any rubbing on the tire because the rim guard covers it up. So this thing's like 30, 40 bucks, you know, and I highly recommend it. I have it on all my tires. And like I said, it saved my butt yesterday. You know, the damage to the car would have been a lot worse than what it is. So we just have to remember that, you know, not everybody's going to value our cars the way we do. So I'll let this dry for a little bit. I don't want to put any tire shine or anything on it. 24 hours. Once that's done, I'll definitely clean up my car, put some tire shine on it, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you know, hopefully if some of you guys out there was unfortunate as I was to accidentally hit the curb, just kind of cover up that damage and, you know, save you guys some money. I mean, we could always take some touch-up paint. I actually bought some touch-up paint from AutoZone to cover up a scratch that was on my car from a rock that flew off of a dump truck, which I wasn't even close to a dump truck. It wasn't in the same lane, but somehow it just kind of flew in my direction. And it was some universal black touch-up paint, 20 bucks, with the clear coat, and matched the car perfectly. I mean, I was amazed. Like, if you go to Tesla, their touch-up paint's a lot more expensive, but I mean, I couldn't even tell after I used it on the car. So that's pretty much it. You know, take care of everybody, and I'll make some more videos when I do some more things to the car. I mean, I've done little things to it, like for example, I put that right there on there. Just the little details in the car, the Tesla logo inside the car, and I found this no valve cover I thought was neat. I mean, just the little details of the car. So take care and have fun, guys. Enjoy your cars. Tesla rocks. Peace.